to my channel. Thank you so much for being here, and if you're new here, hello. My name is Ashley. I run things here at Crogal. Oh man, it just feels like the day we change clocks always feels like the longest day. That's today. Today is Sunday. We changed clocks this morning. Yesterday was Halloween. This was not happening. I have my hair up, my little ribbon hair tie thing, because it was not getting done. It was not getting done this morning. It's a grocery haul, friends. It's Monday. That means it's a grocery haul. If you don't want to hear me talk, and you just want to get straight to the haul, there's always a timestamp in the description box as to when you can skip ahead, and I will not take offense to that. So yesterday was Halloween. My sister-in-law had like a little get together at her house. It was just my niece and nephews, Daisy, and then two other cousins. Two other of Cernan's cousins came and brought their kids, so it was a small little group, but fun nonetheless. And then we went to my parents' house, and I set up like a whole scavenger hunt for Daisy. I had 15 bags that had like candy and toys and stuff, like trinkety kind of stuff inside, and I put them like all over my parents' house, in their garden, like kind of sort of like down the street a little bit, so we could like walk maybe like a house length. And each one had a clue, and then she had to go to a different room and find the next one, and it was just like, honestly, it was kind of perfect. We're not huge into trick-or-treating anyway. I didn't grow up trick-or-treating. We went to Disneyland every year for Halloween, which is what Daisy, Cernan, and I did last year. Obviously couldn't do that this year, so we were completely content with how our Halloween went. It was great to just like spend time with family, and it, like, as a parent now and like being surrounded by other adults, it's really cool to see everyone come together and pitch in to make everything really awesome for the kids. So it was just a great day. All right, so let's just jump right in and talk about groceries today, friends. For this week, I'm making pretty simple recipes this week. Honestly, with all of the stuff, like being on all day yesterday doing Halloween stuff, but then prior to that, prepping everything. We made a ton of like Halloween food. My mom and I had to go grocery shopping together to get everything. I had to set everything up, and I did that like days beforehand. I just had no time to make a grocery list. It didn't even slip my mind. It was like always in my mind. And I'm like, you're gonna have to do it like the last minute. And that's what happened late last night when we got home. I made my list, and I looked up various recipes, but I picked things that were like pretty simple, and I didn't want to spend a whole time doing my list. So here's what my list looks like for the week. I did need like a lot of things this week. I'm doing lemon pepper chicken and potatoes, bunless burgers and fries, turkey taco stuffed peppers, breakfast for dinner, Tex-Mex chicken and Brussels sprouts, and then one night I always just assume that we'll get takeout or we'll go out to dinner or something like that. For lunch this week, I'm doing a cannellini, or like a northern bean soup. And yeah, so that's what I am cooking for the week. I opted to go to Barron's today. Barron's is just, when I want things to be easy, that's where I go. It's relatively close to me. It is never busy, which is what I really like. And the inside of the store, it's just a very, y'all know I'm all about like lighting and like store setup, and it's a very enjoyable shopping experience. So that's where I went today. The only like trade-off to that is that there are a handful of things that are pricier. I'm looking over at all my groceries because I'm trying to think what is like pricier. The produce is pretty fair priced. It's mainly meat, and the like chicken and turkey are pretty fairly priced. It's like the bacon, the sausage, the red meat, that kind of stuff is like, ooh, when you go to buy it. So I definitely took a little bit of a hit today. On our like grocery budget. We still have all of our budgeting stuff on our little whiteboard, and it's okay that I took the hit, because essentially we're mapping things out for 2 weeks. So basically I subtract what I spent today from like our target number, and I have that chunk of money for next weekend. So we'll talk about like how much I spent at the end and my plan for next week, but So let's go ahead and jump in. We'll start with produce. We'll start with produce, work our way through everything, and then I will tell you how much I spent. All right, so much produce, friends. Let's start up top. I got 2 potatoes, a bag of Brussels sprouts, some celery. I picked up the living cilantro because I plan on planting it in my little garden box that I have on the patio, so I got that. Some hearts of romaine, bananas for Daisy, some onions, and then more fruit for Daisy, a couple apples, strawberries and blueberries, a tomato for those bunless burgers, and then 5 orange bells for that stuffed pepper recipe. Okay, dairy, we got sour cream, we have eggs. I needed shredded pepper jack, but they didn't have it, so I just got this block. I'm gonna shred it myself. I hate doing that with like a fiery burning passion. I don't like shredding my own cheese, but I didn't want to go to another store, and it's, you know, whatever. I'll do it this one time. And then I picked up 3 yogurts for Daisy. I don't know how she's going to like these yogurts, which is why I only got 3. I picked up the blueberry on the bottom, raspberry on the bottom, and then a cherry vanilla. Meat, all the meat. I got a thing of ground turkey. We got some uncured hickory smoked bacon. I got their all natural honey roasted and smoked turkey. This stuff is so delicious. It's so good. I am not a fan of like the texture of ham, but I'm okay with kind of like that honey flavor, so I love that this is honey roasted, but it's turkey. I picked up these Columbus panino fingers, well aware you can make these yourself. These were a really good price. These were like $3.99, which I feel like normally these are like $5.99, especially the Columbus brand, so I'm pumped to have these in the fridge just to snack on all week. I got some 90-10 ground beef patties. I love that they're already portioned out. My plan was to just buy like a thing of ground beef and make them myself, but this is way easier. And then this Malaise Italian sausage. I picked this up a couple months ago and I kind of griped about how much it was because it's $8.99. But y'all, the flavor, it's out of this world. It is well worth the $8.99. Not something I want to be buying every week, but it's so good. I picked up a few things from the deli. I just decided to kind of like put them in the same section. So Cernan loves their pasta salad, so I picked up 2 for him. This is the Asiago one, and then blue cheese and bacon. And then I got these for us to just kind of nibble on through the week. They're garlic stuffed olives. All right, beverages. I picked up 2 bottles of wine, a white blend, and a rosé. This was a staff pick, and it was $5.99, and the label just looked interesting. So y'all know I'm a sucker for an interesting wine label. And then I picked up 3 cans of the Local Roots hard kombucha. I got the strawberry mojito, the Booch Mosa. You know, those 2 are favorites of mine. And then I picked up the Island Vibes. I wanted to give this one another shot. I've tried it before and it wasn't my favorite, but it's totally like my flavor profile. It's pineapple, you can see raw kombucha, organic raw kombucha, organic pineapple, organic coconut. So it's so like I want to love it, but last time I was just like, eh. So I'm giving it one more shot. And then I did pick up a case of LaCroix. I don't normally get LaCroix because we have a soda stream, but this is my favorite one and I've only ever found it at Barron's. I love this Cubana mojito LaCroix. It's so good. It's so refreshing. I love the like lime and mint flavor. So I just wanted to have these in the fridge for the week. A couple things from the freezer. I picked up 2 burritos. I won't be eating these. These are for Cernan. Just, you know, so he's up really late working. Like sometimes he doesn't go to bed till like 1:30 or 2. And he sometimes is starving, and I just think it would be nice. Normally he like makes himself breakfast, like he'll make like scrambled eggs and like bacon at like midnight, but I think it would be nice to have things to just reach for every now and then. Not something that he's gonna be eating every single night, but just kind of a good backup for those nights when he, you know, is maybe sick of having breakfast at 12:30. And then I picked up these Alexia crispy rosemary fries. These are gonna be for the bunless burgers. I figure it's gonna essentially be like a 0 carb meal with the burger, so why not toss in some fries? All right, forgot about these. I got peas for Daisy and also rice sweet potato from the freezer section. I found that to be really interesting, and y'all know I'm always trying to introduce her to new things. I think she's had like chunks of sweet potato before, but I know she's never had it riced, so intrigued to see what she thinks about that. All right, friends, so many aisle items. I needed cornstarch. I got some plant-based like cheddar crackers for Daisy, a thing of chicken broth, taco seasoning, a little itty bitty, look how small this is, thing of pesto. Ooh, I got this salsa. It looks so good. This is for those, I think this is for the Tex-Mex chicken that I'm gonna do. It's tomato jalapeno salsa with roasted chilies. It looks so good. Some multigrain bread for the miss, sun-dried tomato basil, Tumero's wraps. The only like low carb legit tortilla they have there are the La Tortilla Factory whole wheat tortillas, and I don't like those at all, so I picked this up. And then some canned items, 2 things of northern beans, a can of diced tomatoes, some green chilies, and some black beans. Okay friends, so this week I spent $168. That's a lot. If you're new around here, I like to be around like 120, 130. We do technically budget for me to be spending 150 a week. So we basically budget in like 2-week chunks. So for groceries, we budget $300. Now, I obviously spent $168 today, which I will subtract, but then I also spent $27 at Target earlier in the week. I think I got snacks for Daisy. I think I got a bottle of wine. And so that comes out of that grocery budget too, which means next week I'm gonna have right around $100 to spend. So my assumption is next week you will be seeing either a grocery outlet haul or a Walmart pickup, because those are 2 ways that I know I can keep my bill really, really low. Not only is Walmart cheap, but when you do a pickup, you see exactly how much you're spending. There's no throwing stuff in your cart or anything like that. And then grocery outlet is obviously just like really inexpensive. So that's that. I really like doing all of this budgeting. It just makes me really aware of how much I'm spending. And you know, I think it's important to budget, like even when you might have the money to, like we have the money to spend more than that on groceries, but we don't need to, and I don't want to. Like we're trying to save, you know, to buy a house, and I wanna make sure that like the grocery budget, you know, that's the thing I'm in charge of, and I wanna make sure I have everything in check. So if you guys liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed. I will have on Friday, I'm gonna have like, it's actually gonna be a collab video, and it's gonna be a weekly, like what I eat in a week. So that will be really interesting, definitely different for me. I'm gonna show meals and snacks and stuff that I eat through the week with calories listed. I know, very ambitious, but it's gonna really like hold me accountable and keep me on track. Wednesday, I haven't decided. If you guys have an opinion, I was thinking either an empties video or like a clean out my freezer video. My freezer is, it's out of control. It's out of hand. Like I have a drawer freezer, and I can like barely open and close the drawer because there's so much, you know what, in there. There's so much stuff. So if you have a preference, drop it in the comments, and maybe I will just go by like what the majority of you want. So let me know. I will see you on Wednesday with something. Okay, bye friends.